And it's just that simple. Oh, but wait a second. I think my Zelda notes is still opened, yeah, to Breath of the Wild. So I need to go to Tears of the Kingdom now. Okay. So it's going to show me this stupid shit. This web page, and then I close the web page, and then it says it's enabled. Apparently this is better than a switch or a toggle. It's very arcane. Did you know, in the Nintendo Switch 2 teardown, this is true. iFixit, like, uploaded a video. They, like, opened that shit up, and then a bunch of, like, green lines and ruins started floating out of it. And they, like, couldn't put them back in. So they're doing some, unusual shit. Okay. I know how to do this. To the home screen! Voice memories. Oh, this time it has a Nintendo Switch 2 profile picture of Zelda from Tears of the Kingdom instead of Breath of the Wild. Okay. Okay. Got it. So this is the list of the ones that I've already found, but otherwise I want to be on the navigation screen. Got it. Okay. Hey, wait a second. This time it actually does show the map. The map never showed up in Breath of the Wild. Okay. Dude, welcome to Rauru City. If you're coming here just now, and you weren't here for Tears of the Kingdom, or Breath of the Wild, rather, dude, and I'm already dressed for the occasion. Tulin, I think your services will not be necessary. I don't know. I mean, I know Zelda notes can include Rauru. Yay! Yay!
This altar is considered the most holy place in the temple, and it is where we give offerings as part of our prayers for a bountiful, peaceful world. I have heard ancient legends that it could interact with a sacred power, allowing travel back and forth through time. Though, how this was done is a mystery to me.
Oh, Rauru! Tears of the Kingdom has some great clothing. I would emphasize the word some. I fucking love this outfit, yes. I'm trying to finish this thought, and I'm not sure how. I really think the problem is that, like, so much of the amiibo gear that you find is, like, mandatory and not, like, a bonus. I mean, nothing in the game is fucking mandatory, but it's like... Yeah, it's a part of the main game, rather than, like, dessert, you know what I mean? The backless ice outfit is so good. Oh, don't make me choose! Man. Yeah, all I know is that the voice notes in this game have Rauru, and they have the Yiga guy. They have Koga, and he says, "Is this the afterlife?" Oh, I have to go into categories and toggle on that I'm looking for these things. Oh god, it shows me all the cave entrances and wells and chasms, and oh my. This is like a much more useful tool than Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild, which is perhaps because Tears of the Kingdom is more overtly a checklist of stuff to do than Breath of the Wild is. Apparently I found 100% of Lionel's in here too. Oh, Rauru! Okay, so there's 3 kinds of people. I'll tell you what, I bet Rauru is only on the Sky Islands, Zelda is only on the surface, and Koga is only in the depths. That would make sense to me. Oh my god! My cup runneth over! I'm sorry, wait. Scroll up. Switch to this. And... and remove the pants. My cunt runneth over. Sorry, and I also need to get rid of the shield. And I also need to get rid of the bow. You know the drill. You know how this goes. Yes, Tears of the Kingdom has 2 really good outfits. Hey, Rauru, sweetie! What are you talking about? A map? But that looks like a Wii U gamepad? That's exactly right.
The Temple of Time is a bell tower and faithful timekeeper, as well as a spiritual center of this land. It was constructed in a traditional Zonai architectural style that extends both up into the sky and down into the ground. It was believed in ancient times that such a design could pierce through evil.
Thanks, man. That shit does pierce. He's not lying. Guys, this feels sacrilege. Like, we're here for Rauru, I gotta put the other shit back on, you know? It's boy toy time. Apparently I wasn't wearing this to begin with, though, so... I must have had, like, this on or something. I think this pairs nicely. See, now this is a nice place to hang out. This is a nice place to be. Like, Great Plateau, I feel like I've gotten, like, my fill of. But the problem is that the sky leaves me so wanting in Tears of the Kingdom, because so much of it, like, doesn't deliver on its promise. So even, like, being here in the one place that, like, almost does, it's like, oh, yeah, being here is, like, a good thing. Like, I'm still getting something out of. So having new stuff to do that actually, like, incentivizes that is, like, I like being here. And I have my shit back.
These rails are intended to transport materials, but they also supply energy through pipes.
What?
The Goron people make extensive use of this kind of mechanism. And I believe it is possible they modeled their designs on our own technology.
Okay, I thought he meant that, like, he was interfacing with Gorons, like, in the founding of Hyrule. Like, that's news to me, but I think he's just, like... He's seeing what the Gorons are up to in the present because he's a ghost, and he's been, like, watching down all this time. Which is, like, that's chill. I don't know. It would be such a fucking... It's not that I'm hoping they do this or anything. But granted, it would be funny if they did this. That there is stuff that is revealed in the Imprisoning War, fucking Hyrule Warriors thing that they're working on. It's like, oh, it's just like they talked about in the voice notes from the Switch Online app. It's fucking, what is it? Somehow Palpatine returned. They fucking announced that, like, in Fortnite and not in the movie itself. Oh, man. See, the thing is, between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Tears of the Kingdom is the one that could, like, really have benefited more. From the access to better specs. And man, does it leave an impression. Like, these blades of grass and these, like, details in the leaves... Like, this is not... You might think that this is just how it already looked on Switch 1. No, the fuck it doesn't. This had that goddamn AMD upscaling that made everything look like it was, like, Mario Odyssey resolution. Mario Odyssey had a nice resolution, but it was like... what am I trying to say? Mario Odyssey's rendering technique was, like every pixel was, like, vertically... I think it was 900p, but it was, like, half of that. On, like, one axis. It was 900p vertically, but it wasn't... what that should horizontally be. It was like half of what that should horizontally be. And I don't know, the upscaling made it look like that, basically. But this is just like the art of these areas without that fucking filter. Like, it just looks like what you would want it to look like. And it's amazing. And it's 60.
On occasion, constructs have been observed forming a line as they wait for an available charging spot. More interestingly, some will give up their place in that line to allow constructs with a greater need to recharge first. Were it that everyone always acted with such empathy.
That's cute. I didn't know that these were like charging pads for the Zonai. That's so cute. See, I'm learning stuff. See, like, Hyrule, like, I know what that place is. Hyrule, I've been there! But Raru's teaching me new things that I've never known. And he's touching me in ways that I've never been touched. Hey, wait a second. I bet I could ascend up to that island. Get me in that thing. But wait, there's like platforms to get up there too. Oh man. I cannot get over Link's long hair. Yippee! Oh my god! And the Zonai Choker too. God, oh. It's good to be back. I've been, not that I'm like actually that hungry for, again, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I have a fear in my heart, and you can tell me if you have this fear too. I think this truly is like the hottest Link we're ever gonna get. Like, whatever the next Zelda is gonna be, people are concerned with like, oh, how are they gonna structure it? Are they gonna make it like more like Ocarina? Are they gonna go like down this fucking, further down this road? People have very strong opinions on this. My strong opinion is how hot is Link going to be, and I feel very convinced that they're not going to make a Link that's hotter than this. I don't. I think they're going to backslide, and it's going to be very, very sad. I don't have anything to, like, back this up. I've just got a bad feeling. That's what you think? I mean, I don't know, man. I've been on Spiralactone. I know what happens when you get more feminine than this, and I don't think Nintendo's doing that. As much as they should.
Our culinary constructs were imparted with knowledge of both cooking meals and concocting medicines. Though they have no taste buds, they learn to mimic the movements we make when tasting food. Even my sister, who gifted them with the ability to learn in the first place, was surprised by what they gleaned through simple observation.
Wait a second, also kind of cute? If you don't think about it too hard? I think that the next Zelda 2 series from now is gonna be crazy in like 2035. Oh, Femi. 2035 is when the next Zelda comes out. Like, 2030 straight up is probably like only a year or two off from when the next Zelda is going to be. Right, because fucking Breath of the Wild took 7 years, Tears of the Kingdom took 7 years. It's like, oh, 2023? Another 7 years from that is like literally 2030. 2 Zelda games by 2035, we'd be very, very lucky, and I don't think we will be. Let's see, so I'm gonna have to cross the river now. Here's the thing, though. I don't need to make a raft. They disappoint me. Wait a second, I have the R button! Yippee! The splish-splash sounds in this game is still so good. See, for even crossing a river has more than one solution. There is a trick to this. Sorry, boys. Frankly, I think it's gonna be the next one after Tears that's the one that hits. Like, there are obvious reasons why this one is as similar to Breath of the Wild. I think they're gonna feel like more, like the pressure's gonna be on to like distinguish more strongly from the previous 2 games with whatever comes after this. That's what I think. See, there's a little cave under the waterfall that goes underneath the whole river. And there's Yumlaws all along the way. My assumption was that the next one in 2029/2030, that's going to be a one-off like Skyward Sword. I could see that. I think whatever they do next, it's like, I hope it's something that's not like so Hyrule-y, you know? I think, I like where their head is at with, like all this Zonai stuff in Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like, And yeah, it's still in Hyrule, but it is something that is so, like, distinct from anything that we've seen in a Zelda game before, where it's like, yeah, this has got a really strong identity, where, like, it feels like I'm playing a new game when I'm engaging with that stuff. It's like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love a good castle, but I could use a break, you know? And then the one after that will be like Twilight Princess edgy. Okay, I'm following where you're going, and if that is what happens, I think I also have to be on board with you, Femi, that's gonna be the one that hits different. I think they'll specifically try to avoid a situation where they split development into 2 games. I think it'll depend. Tears of the Kingdom seems to, like, be a pretty, like, organic thing that came to exist, where it's like, they just so happened to have so many ideas after Breath of the Wild. We all know the story, it was DLC, and they had so many, it became a full game. So it really depends on if that, Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Oh, I love this game. I still love this game. The blades of grass blowing over the edge. Oh, wow. I think I'm in love. Link, your loincloth is so pretty. And it'll be the edgy one that has the hot Link. I was talking about this in, like, some of the bonus Tears of the Kingdom streams. What's that fucking studio that was, like, that made that mid-2000s CG Ninja Turtles movie? And then they, like, had a pitch for a Zelda film that had, like a very, like... It had, like, Link with, like, these fucking scene boy bangs. That's what they're gonna do. Don't call them the goatsy shrines, please. I mean, they got goats, but not anymore. Now the goats is on the iPad. We gotta make our way to, oh god. Up there? Probably. I think this third one around here is, still on the ground, but the other 2 are in that Shrine of Resurrection. And I'm just trying to figure out if I want to warp up there or not, or if, like, finding my own way is, like, more fun. Could be. Me, personally, what I want mechanically from the next Zelda is, and nobody ever talks about this. And I mean, not that what people have been talking about is, like, the wrong thing to focus on. Where it's like, okay, but, like, what are they making you do in the puzzles? My mind as a game designer goes to, how are they making you do in the puzzles? And everything that they've come up with, like, this physics system and this chemistry system, and using that in service of puzzles, is so fucking extraordinary to me, right? That everything that is happening in the game is simulated. It's not like oh, here's like a bespoke scripted toy to play with. Everything plays by the same rules. Which is still, like, a new thing for a Zelda game to be doing, right? Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom were doing this, that's it. And the strength of that technology, the level of what they're doing still feels generations ahead of what they should be putting on. You know what I mean? That shit where they got the wheel that gets, like, tangled up in the chains and then it makes, like, a door go up because it pulls in the chain. What the fuck? Like, they're still barely scratching the surface of that, and with more powerful hardware, they're only going to get more ambitious. I'm personally excited by a lot of the puzzles in Tears of the Kingdom that, like, involve buoyancy. I think that's a lot of fun. Maybe not something so Wind Waker-y, but something, like, involving, like, a large quantity of water. They can have, like, a lot of excuse for, like, a game of water puzzles I could be into. I could see... I was also really into, this idea of, and I don't really hear much discussion about this either, that, you know, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, they got the chemistry engine, and they introduced, like, a new element into that system, right? They had light puzzles back, but it also exists as, like, an element. But the one thing that I was disappointed by that, in terms of this, is, that light kind of existed in a vacuum. Like, all the other chemical reactions that can happen in this game are very, like, interlinked with one another, right? Whereas light, it's like, there's things that make light, and then you can, like, point mirrors at them, and that's all you can do. But I don't know. Like, what if you, like, focused light, and then that, like, created heat, and that's, like, another kind of reaction from there, right? What if, I don't know. What if there were, like, light puzzles that used ray tracing? Like maybe you had a mirror puzzle and you had to, like, obscure a certain part of the mirror so that the light projected by the mirror is, like,
is known as a
shape.
Zonai device dispenser. But the concept of
Robert,
leaving things to
these?
chance is not one often seen in our civilization. I myself believe that it was originally created with a different purpose. Maybe it was used for entertainment. Or maybe it was not even originally made by the Zonai. The ways of our ancestors are sometimes unclear, but they are also interesting puzzles to unravel.
This is cool when you walk up to something and then Rauru says, IDK what this shit is either. But yeah, I think there's, like, ways where they're, like, you can still really build on this technology and really, like, push it to new places without being, like, here's more Breath of the Wild. You know, does that make sense? That's why I don't get people that say Nintendo consoles don't need good specs / processing power. They always say, I don't want realistic graphics, but more power means you can do more complex gameplay mechanics while presenting it as smoothly as possible. Yeah, this is one of the things that really excites me about Nintendo Switch 2 in particular, is, you know, they had that Direct where they were showing off the console and the games and all of that. And, you know, I watch a lot of people watch that Direct, and a thing that I hear, like, a little too often is, who's this guy? Who are these? Where's Koizumi? I'm like, dude, that's Takuhiro Dota. That's the technical lead on Tears of the Kingdom. The fucking wizardry that they pulled off in this game. The marvel of engineering that it is. Oh, and they put that guy in charge of deciding, like, what they're gonna put in the next box? Holy shit! Like, I'm gonna be honest, you know, this is not the first time where somebody who is, like, heading up a game is also, like, in charge of the hardware, because that was Koizumi's role with Switch 1, right? It was Mario Odyssey and Switch 1. That's alright on its own. You know, it's not, like, a bad thing. I am more excited by one thing than the other, and it is Takuhiro Dota's role. So, like, the thing is, all these things that we're speaking of, and the shit that they could be cooking up is, like, so far beyond, like, what we're imagining. Like, they're gonna do some crazy shit that, like, nobody asked for, but it's, like, so much more, like, it's so much more ambitious. Okay, well, Rauru, I've been through this whole damn house, and you haven't given me a single nugget of lore. Maybe I was supposed to wind the cogs or something. Or maybe I can ascend. We'll see where this spits me out. I don't fucking know. Oh. A ceiling becomes a ledge beneath another ceiling. Becomes a ledge on the top. See, I like this little garden area. I think Rauru would have something to say about this place. You know, if I were him. Yeah. I'll let Rauru say his thing and then I'll finish this thought.
The lives of our people and this tree are interconnected. As we prospered, so too did it. It was the site for many of our rituals, and though that role has since been taken up by the Temple of Time, I am sure this sacred tree watches over us still.
It's probably this guy. It's probably this guy that's watching that you mean, Rauru. I solved the mystery. Right, so I'm still of the mind where, like, Nintendo being as specs-minded this generation, and, like, that's kind of their big deal, is still, like, a sad thing, you know? I love the mice. And, like, I'm sorry, like, stop looking at the fact that I have Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, you perverts. And some of the stuff that they're doing with the mice there is kind of cool. But it really feels like that sort of stuff came secondary to concerns of horsepower. Which is like, I get it. That's what people were asking for, was more horsepower. But Tears of the Kingdom also contains, like, a lot of what people were asking for. And I think kind of just giving people directly what they want is not as cool as, like, giving people something that they didn't even know that they wanted, right? Because then it doesn't feel like a surprise anymore. And I think that can be said about both hardware and software, you know? I think this is underneath me, is where I gotta go. Oh, right, because of the depot. This has gotta be something. Yup!
A crystal refinery, and one responsible for a highly complex manufacturing process. The nature of the work was such that only a select few constructs could perform it, and only 2 of those remain in operation. Fortunately, that is enough for now, though apparently there was a time when they could be found throughout the kingdom.
Thanks, Raru. It really is amazing how much of a difference it makes when a Meow Meow gets involved. How willing I am to eat this shit up. Oh, man. Man. Ah, oh, man! I love this view. Let's see. If I start panning around... There's a Raru note in that Colosseum? Jesus, what were they thinking? Well, I guess I can drop on top of that. I don't know. If I must. Alright, Rara, you better get it over with fast. With this actually works! I'm not noticed. This is hilarious. Had I really never attempted this before in my god knows how many hours with this game? How long? How long? 230 hours? And I've never tried this?
Though the flux constructs can enter a standby mode, reducing energy consumption outside of battle, they remain one of our less energy-efficient creations. Considering their limitations, I would love to improve on their design and give them greater range. But my sister says the ancient schematics for them are quite abstruse.
Abstruse? Raru! You got a tongue on you. I mean, I knew that, but... Define abstruse. Difficult to understand, obscure. Interesting. Right, because I can appreciate that it resembles the word obtuse. Ooh! But abstruse is such a sexier version of obtuse. Raru! Baby girl! I'm feeling something rather abstruse myself right now. Something that I can't quite understand, but like... Oh my god, baby. I gotta climb this damn mountain. I'll take a minecart shield for the road. If he wasn't a Meow Meow, you wouldn't let him get away with saying abstruse. You know, I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but I was thinking to myself, like, that exact fucking thought. Like, if Zelda said it, I'm like, shut up, Zelda!
It was here that we used the capabilities of frost emitters to create a permanently snowy region.
Raru, why the
By
fuck would you do
encircling
that?
the island in cold air, we created an ideal place to test the durability of constructs and Zonai devices. I'll always remember the look of wonder on Sonia's face the first time we came here.
This place was a ground for testing weapons? I guess that makes sense, because it can't be the altitude that just made this place the way it is. I guess there is something unnatural about it. Femi, that's so fucking funny. That's such a funny observation. Alright, let's pan around here. It looks like, unfortunately, I have almost found all the Rarus. Tragic as that may be. And once I found all the Rarus that are out here, the only Raru that will remain is the one inside me. Hey. I quite like the sound of that. I wonder what's for dinner. I'll have the... It looks like if I go down there, I will, like, immediately find another Raru thing, but... My problem is that I gotta keep going up for the time being. I wanna go up then down, not down then up. Friend inside me. Man, okay. I still gotta talk to Tyler about this. You know, okay, I already did the Deltarune Chapter 3 and the Deltarune Chapter 4 streams. I still gotta do the Snowgrave stuff. Hey, wait a second, that's where we are right now. And the only reason I was able to do it last time with Chapter 2 was because Tyler hooked me up with, like, a very comprehensive guide of, like, what to do and where to do and how to do, etc. You know, I just don't know anymore. But that is something that I do need to get around to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to before Donkey Kong comes out. Like, I don't have that shit pre-ordered. I think I am gonna get it, though. It's just... Here's the thing. Going into Mario Kart, I was also, like, very unsure of, like, the concept. Like, if I was going to like it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they're doing what to Mario Kart? Where they're asking very fundamental questions. And I'm glad that they're asking questions that big, but it's like, oh, well, really? Is it really so? And the good news is that I like what they came up with Mario Kart World. I think the positives outweigh the negatives. And it's not flawless. There are negatives. Don't get me wrong. Which is unfortunate, because Mario Kart 8 felt more flawless, but I think I like World more, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm a fucking Breath of the Wild lover. I'm used to loving flawed things. And I feel like I had this same initial concern with Donkey Kong Bonanza, where it's like, oh, excavating terrain, like that's like the big idea, and I'm like not exactly sold on that, right? But there's potential, and the movement looks really fucking fun. I just wish that, like, the stuff that they showed in that direct looks ... good? Because I think the transformations are hideous. I think they're hideous. Like, when we were doing Streamer House and, like, all my buddies were over, like, we watched that, like, in the same room, and when that fucking zebra showed up, like, we were all, like, screaming. Like, it's awful, man! Where it's like, I'm willing to be convinced. I think it could be good. I'm not going into that saying it will be good, like, before I play it, you know? See, and now I know that this is a charging pad. I would never know. A poor pad. Hello? Yoo-hoo! Raru!
We intended for this airfield to allow easy transportation of goods between Sky Islands. While I hoped the people of Hyrule would make use of it, the flying machines proved challenging to control. I once sought to join Sonia while she practiced with one. But a construct stopped me, insisting that the devices are limited to one rider.
That's cute. That's cute. Wait, can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, not being stopped by a construct and, like, if Raru was the one to, like, take you on a ride in his cool car? I thought Donkey Kong looked great until the Pauline trailer, not feeling the transformations or the voices. I mean, there are some compelling ideas, and here's the thing. On paper, like the idea that, like, Donkey Kong and Pauline are, like, teaming up for, like, this journey, right? And it's, like, this buddy road trip. Which is, like, I don't know, feels like more than they usually do in these fucking mainline Nintendo platformers. And I think this scenario is potentially going to offer more storytelling opportunity. Because I'm thinking about this with like, the Koizumi lens, right? That it's like, oh man, I think it would actually be very easy for them to put some fucking Rosalina's storybook type shit and give Pauline, like, something sad happens. I don't know. Maybe. Like, we can't know whether or not that will happen. But the setup is quite rich for that to happen. Like, you know what I mean? It would be easy to do, is all I'm saying. Now, what gives me pause is that so far, all they're showing about Pauline is they got her saying shit like, Donkey Kong, I love to sing. It's okay, well, that's gonna be like her one trait. I've played Fire Emblem before. I've seen this style of writing. And it's like, oh, probably not, though. It'll probably suck ass. Narratively, at least. I think there's gonna be some, like, levels that are fun. And I like the structure, where there's levels that are, like, vertically stacked on top of each other, and you're going, like, deeper and deeper into the planet. But then you can also, like, backtrack up vertically through, like, different spots. Because Tears of the Kingdom already got 3 layers. You make a Donkey Kong game with, like, even more of those, and each of them is, like, their own, like, world. That's cool! That's a cool concept.
I do not believe anyone else is as proficient at handling Zonai devices as the Maker constructs. That said, one should be careful around the inventions of less experienced ones. I recall a very chaotic rafting ride when a misaligned fan made it nearly impossible to steer. I was scared half to death throughout. But Queen Sonia enjoyed herself.
Oh, okay. So they're not allowed to ride planes together, but they can ride other vehicles together. That's cute. See, here's the thing. Zelda's got facts. Raru's got anecdotes. This is what makes him so spectacular. Wait, there's one more here. And there's even more. Like, That's a lot more Raru than I thought I was getting. That's a lot more bang for my buck than I was getting. Wait a second. Bang for my huh? I don't think I'm making it down to the surface. I don't know. That could be a cool challenge. I've heard of these runs in concept where people, like, you know, try to, like, not touch the ground. But I've never done it myself, and so I don't know what that would entail. These are still problems that I get to, like, come up with and solve on my own. I think it could be cool. At least for a little bit. Otherwise, they'll start warping. Because I haven't even really gotten a sense of how fast the load times are yet. Raru, help me! You know, I think this literally is. This might have been. There needs to be a bridge nearby for me to be 100% sure. But the place where I told, like, the chlorine gas story in 2023. I could be entirely wrong. I don't know. It's been a long time. This feels too early. Like, this is, like, along the main route to the Temple of Time? I don't think so. I think it was after that, at the very least. Listen, man. More this way? I thought he was gonna talk about another construct, but perhaps not. Dude, if it's the place where I fucking welled up when I saw my first sunset... No, it's not. It's behind me. Raru? What has gotten into you? Bingo.
The forest ostriches were once
Oh,
on
the
brink
forest
of extinction.
ostriches.
However, a proposal by the Queen was made to protect them, and eventually, this species flourished once more. Though they were originally only found in colder lands, they are highly adaptable, thriving in all but the frigid polar regions.
Alright. That officially means that every Raru memory on the Great Sky Island is complete. The question is, this is the only Sky Island that has shit going on it. So what the hell else does Raru have to talk about from here on out? And the other question is, how are we gonna route this? Okay. That's obviously Dragonhead Isle. They've obviously got stuff going on at Dragonhead Isle. Which means I think I have to do that last? Like, I think I'm gonna want to go off in this direction, maybe. Does this toggle not do anything? Oh, it just hides the markers. See, because I was getting excited that this is going to, like, show all of the map for once. But yeah, it like, acts like I haven't seen anything yet. Like, the depths map is just pitch black. I don't know. The same thing was happening in Breath of the Wild. Oh, and terrain. There we go. Okay. I guess they had that off by default. They were warning that the app could spoil you, so that's their idea. Because I don't think this is actually interfacing at all with what you've actually unlocked in the game. This makes routing a lot more logical to me, and it feels a lot more doable. The question is, I think I don't know, something about like an on-land traversal challenge actually sounds more interesting than this, the more I think about it. Because this is just going to be like sailing through like a lot of empty shit. And like, I guess we could like talk. But why would I do that when Raru can do it for me? To the East Gerudo Sky Archipelago! Raru away! Done. Let's go. Keep the shit rolling on the way to the next location, and I'm not joking.
There are stories that claim a soul will wander these halls until the Guardian of Power, said to reach from depths to sky it was so large, has cleansed them of their pride. Perhaps it was in this room that judgment was passed on those overly boastful of their power.
See, though, speaking of sailing through nothing shit, this truly is useful to me to have it on a second screen. Because this is what I loved in Wind Waker HD. Is, like, for the boat to be, like, moving on its own, autonomously from one location to another, and you don't have to pause the game and stop that movement to check the map, right? That checking the map can be done as you're getting closer to your destination. That it's not something that adds to how much time it's going to take, but it's optimizing your strategy, right? And before I knew that Breath of the Wild was going to, you know, have all of its Wii U shit stripped out to be on parity with the Switch version, it really was Wind Waker HD, that feature that gave me so much excitement for, like, what the Wii U could do. And, like the gamepad is there as, like, a fucking joke or whatever, but it's like, this is cool. I do wonder what this game would be like if it were a smaller original map instead of a revamp of the Breath of the Wild map. Oh, I think where I need to go is, like, directly above me. Lol. Is there a tower nearby? Let's see if we can scout something out. Well, there's a dragon. dragon go up? Shooting star! Oh, it's over here. Okay. Oh, Link, please, 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 please. I'll be good. I'll be good. Wait a second. I can use this. Where's it gonna land? I hope it's on this, like, big flat zone and not, like, into the canyon down there, because it does have, like, a limited height that you can use on recall. Oh, beautiful. Love it. Yeah, it's tricky to say how much map size plays a role in what you could say makes Tears of the Kingdom suffer. Because Skyward Sword had a smaller map and still had like less to do than this does. So it's not always so clear cut. I hope he gets warmer up here somehow. See, because this is ticking down, and then once it's like reaches max height, well then what? Because that's not Link. That's not. Wait. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought it was the case that like you could go higher than one recall cycle, but that's not true. Hey, this is pretty fucking cool though. I never noticed that there was like a localized storm on top of, well, what I now know to be, no, this isn't the Hebra Mountains. Hebra, it's Death Mountain. Hebra is over there. This is the Gerudo Highlands. I'll tell you what though. That stone did not take us all the way up to the islands, but it did give me like exactly what I needed to get to this tower. And that's good enough for me. Yeah, it seems like it was a big development advantage, but it also seems like a big limitation. Certainly with having, like, the obligation to fill out that much space. I really gotta eat something here. Fish? See, I don't know, I don't think my qualm with Tears of the Kingdom really comes down to the quantity of content, though. I think they did enough. It's really just, like, the quality of it. And you could say, you know, they were stretched thin in that regard. You know, like, the number of dungeons is, like, fine for me. If they were all as good as the Wind Temple, but they weren't. They just, like, weren't great temples. And that's, like, its own problem, right? The big thing that I would say that I would get out of something like that, though, is what I was mentioning earlier about like how distinct the Zonai stuff felt, and like if this was like its own map that was like all Zonai themed and there was just like no Hyrule shit at all to be seen, that'd be cool. That's what I would get out of it. But in terms of scale, I like the scale of Tears of the Kingdom, because I'm sorry. It's awe-inspiring. I love it so much. I love being able to have this much to gaze out upon and to take in. It's quite beautiful. Man, this poor guy. I mean, grow up. You're about to hear Rauru speak through your Pura pad. And you're wincing at a time like this? So like what, like here or? Yes! Center lions are really good too.
This island was intended to be a fortress with a strong wall, but it seems to be collapsing faster than other islands. I wonder if the dry climate of the Gerudo region is at fault. Regardless, I should commission a maker construct to help as soon as possible. It would be a disaster if the island fell to the surface.
Cool. Is that true? Is there actually any, like, Zonai ruins on the ground here? It's very misty. It's not easy to see at this particular time. I'm gonna go ahead and safely say no, though. So I'm gonna zoom out here and see where else I'm going here. Because I don't think there's any, like, making this sky trip from here to, Starview Island, which is such a lovely place. So I'll just go there. Damn, Link, your shit's dangling like crazy. Damn, Link, your shit's dangling quite handsomely. That is a quite fast load time, though. Now that I was, like, looking for it. I like that. Okay. What do you have to say for yourself, Rauru? Explain yourself.
Though this island was originally used as a place to store things, it has been a long time since it fulfilled that role. And while the island lacks an official name, many have come to call it Starview Island. As for me, the only real stars are those sparkling in Sonia's eyes.
The way I was literally making "Hey Andy, sweetie" jokes earlier, and he's literally using, like, pickup lines that Andy was using on Peach! Boo! Yeah, fucking boo this guy. That wasn't very abstruse of you, Rauru. I think that's actually some simpleton shit, and I don't respect it. Lightcast Island. Okay. I believe that's right over there, so that's not difficult to get to at all. The stars in Sonia's eyes. Oh, good one, Rauru. But you know what? You know what? It was so long ago back then. Maybe he really was the first one to come up with that pickup line. And, like, as far as we know, like, it worked, you know? Like, shame about the dying thing. But it was going good until then, you know? So I guess it's just, that's, like, what they spent their spare time doing together. That's the one. Dead ahead. Gonna shoot me directly into this pointy thing. I gotta stand outside a little bit. Oh my! It goes so high up because of the low gravity. Oh, strange. Okay. Oh, I guess I can turn Tulin back on. That also helps. Okay, bye, Tulin. Wait, so if I, like... Okay. Toggling him on and off rapidly does not reset the timer. They thought of that one. I wonder if I have, like, cold resistance food. Because it's not like I'm, like, taking lots of damage even. I just, no, I don't. Don't worry, I'm not going into your cave, I'm just going over here to talk to Rauru. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a flopping fish. And even the fish is flopping in low gravity.
This island is a training site for those who carry the power of light. By practicing at length with this power, one can grow strong enough to overcome great evil. Ah, to recall all the times I had visited this place in my youth.
Dude, Raru's like a guy. I'm always saying this, that like this dude has anecdotes and like experiences. Like, maybe down there on the surface, Zelda's gotten better at this since Breath of the Wild. But I'm gonna tell her something that I've been told in therapy lately, which is, yeah, you keep talking about what's been going on with all these other people, but you're not talking about, like, your feelings, or your, like, opinions, or, like, that talking like you matter. It's like, Zelda, man, like, I don't know. I hope you're doing okay. Hey, wait a second. Courage Island. Oh, it's all the way over there. Well, actually, it's all the way over here. That's actually not so bad. I can focus on Courage Island. Hold on. But I can't think of a fun way to get there, so we'll just go there. The fun way to get there is to gawk at the amazing loading times of Nintendo Switch 2. How many Molduga... What's my Molduga count, by the way, on Tears of the Kingdom? I'm not gonna lie, it might be 0. Oh... There is a category here called question mark, and it is at 0%. I've never fought a Molduga in Tears of the Kingdom. That's hilarious. Wait a second. What the... Oh, well... I gotta talk to somebody about this. I just warped to the bottom of Courage Island. I need to get all the way up there. Oh, there's fairies. I lost one of these in Breath of the Wild, and that's gone forever, but I can get one back in Tears of the Kingdom. And then it's like it all evened out. Like, in the course of Link's life, basically don't worry about it. See, but the trick is I won't do it. Yes!
The ceremony held here was a trial of heart, strength, and technique. There was a time where everyone who came of age would undertake this test. But as Zonai devices developed and spread, only those wishing to challenge their courage would take part. I wonder if this island will ever see a new challenger.
This is interesting. I'm just trying to imagine if, like, Raru is, like, to himself, thinking about this as more of, like, diary entries. Or, like, if he is speaking to me. Because I like the idea of, like, Raru and, like, going on a date. Shocker! I know! And he's, like, saying these things to tell Link interesting shit. Wait a second. He's got shit to say about the Stormwind Arc? What the fuck? Why? Uh-oh. Oh, it's gonna make me do but, well, I could, like, save and quit. I did graze out the save button until I do the stupid challenge. See, but I didn't die through. Is it cheating if I just go around all the obstacles? Because then what, right? Oh my god, Link, your legs. Jesus Christ. Because with the Zelda stuff, I understand the framing device. Where it's like, oh, these are her research notes, right? This is like, there's an understandable reason, like, why this is being recorded. Oh, there's rings to pass through. It's gonna make me do it. Maybe I can beat my time, though. Okay, disqualified. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Take me to the Stormwind Arc. Hey, Raru, sweetie. What's that you're eating? Grass. It's a goat joke for you.
I think I remember. When a Zonai tumbled, Rito wings gave chase. In thanks for their salvation, the Stormwind Ark was made. A gift given from the Zonai, and the Rito filled with joy. It is an old legend of my people. Could this be that vessel?
Interesting. Wait a second, there's another one right here. I'm standing on top of one. Am I? It might be inside. Hello? Meow Meow's in here? Roru's gonna talk about the fucking machine from Chicken Run that minces things. No, I don't know what this guy's thinking. It's dangerous in there. Bad vibes in that room. Make this damn boat out of bricks. Cool observation, Griffin. Still better than Zelda's. What's a guy gotta do? Is it like, I don't know, like on this fucking gear? How specific are we talking here? Like, are you must see what I see in it's mere pixels. Okay, hold on, because there's floors to this. Because there's that hallway, yes, but also there's more. And so, like, what if I like went deeper? Wait a second, no. It's not on the ship. It's on the islands beneath the ship. That's where it's gonna be. It's gonna be part of the climb. So you're gonna be talking about the baby boats. Yup! I figured it out.
I traveled here on a quest to cleanse evil, and Sonia has accompanied me. However, I had not considered how challenging it would be to traverse this path. If I had my sister's power, I could perhaps move this vessel.
My sister's power? What does that mean? Because I thought recall was like Sonia's thing. Because she was like teaching Zelda how to be good, and that's the one that moves stuff. And forgive me for saying and pronouncing it this way. Minoru's powers are like of technology and like she was like making all the robots, right? That was like her thing. Boats aren't robots. You could make a robot drive a boat, but that would be a very like complicated way of doing it. Done, let's move.
I have heard that until a soul here receives guidance from the Labyrinth's guardian, it will wander this maze. Perhaps it was here, then, that the Guardian of Wisdom, with their keen mind, would pass judgment on those who deceived others.
Dude, wait a second, though. I wonder if there's, like, Raru memories on the ground. Because there's, like, there are some Zonai structures down there. Dude, if there's shit that you find out when you get to the temple, it's not the Temple of Time, the Forgotten Temple down there, oh my god, baby. But first we have to go to Bravery Island, and then fail the challenge, I guess. He's so cute. I'm just gonna... I realize that my side amiibo has been sitting here on my desk watching me do this. I'm just gonna just rotate that 180 just so he doesn't have to, like, bear witness to this. Don't think about it too. You. You're the one I seek. Yes, I'll best my time, if I must. See, the trick, though, is that I mustn't. I do not must. Yes!
In a time when Zonai devices make it easy to overcome many of life's obstacles, the idea of flying through the sky without assistance, of overcoming one's fear of falling, has been dismissed as unnecessary idealism. But now that only my sister and I remain, I believe, with my whole being, that it is more important than ever to always strive to grow.
Okay, so how long has this stuff been off the ground then? Because sometimes it sounds like culturally important that this is stuff that it was in the air. And sometimes it sounds like it's a recent thing. Because I thought they only put this shit in the sky like at the very, very end. Like it was on the ground until Ganon showed up, and then they put it above the clouds. The more answers I get. Whoa! There's a lot going on the Lanayru Sky Archipelago. And maybe that's for the better, because I'm gonna be honest, they've got more explaining to do with that one than they do with the Rito. They really do.
It is said that until the guardian of this labyrinth offered guidance, a soul would be set to wander these halls. Perhaps this was the room where those dishonest with themselves were judged. Where the guardian of this place weighed the courage of a soul.
I would do just fine here then. I'm not a big timeline/plot consistency person, but my understanding is that Tears of the Kingdom is technically an alternate timeline from Breath of the Wild or something. I do not think that that is the case. It's the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We've known it by that name longer than we've known it by Tears of the Kingdom. Or that's more so my impression just from playing it and not seeing anything else. I mean, there's some things that people will get hung up on. Like, where did all the Sheikah stuff and the Divine Beasts and all that, where did they go? Which there are answers for. They're just stupid ones. Which is to say, oh, don't worry, they just disappeared. What do you mean they just disappeared? But the question I'm asking about, like, the islands being on the ground versus up in the air, that isn't really related to... What am I trying to... It doesn't have anything to do with, like, the series continuity. That's just, like, Tears of the Kingdom's continuity within itself. Yeah, they never said it in the game, but, like, someone asked in an interview, and that's what they said.
This area was once known for the abundance of ore that could be mined from the numerous floating islands. Many gathered here to make their fortunes, though today, only a few mines remain. The sight of ore deposits sparkling in the night sky, wonderful company at one side, is a better kind of fortune in any case.
Hey, I know what that guy's talking about. He's talking about that lady with the damn stars in her eyes. While I'm doing this, I am going to poke around the surface just to, like, what do we got here? Oh, wait a second. What? Can you set different, like, categories for different layers? Voice memories, Raru, 68%. It can't be. Well, maybe they only show up once I touch the ground. I've been on the ground once or twice. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna go to Terrytown and we'll see if, like, anything Raru adjacent shows up. Because I'll be really surprised. I'll be really, really surprised if there's nothing all the way over here at the Forgotten Temple. Like, I'm not seeing any symbols on my screen right now, but how could that be? Wow. No such cases. What the? What are you doing here?
Terrytown, a village that brought all the peoples of Hyrule together. Hudson is the driving force behind its founding, though they say Link played a role as well. This place, where Hylians, Rito, Goron, Zora, and Gerudo all live together in peace, is a model of the world I hope to see in the future.
It really is nice so much how, you know, if I go all the way over to whatchamacallit town, fucking Lookout Landing, you know, they're also doing the same deal there, but Terrytown just like, for both of them being the same thing, it's amazing how like wide the gulf is. That one feels like nothing and one feels like this. So warm. I thought the islands were just too high or something. It's likely I forgot if they actually showed them rising. I thought they were like the dragon where it's like, where were they in Breath of the Wild? IDK, behind the clouds. This is explained. This is explained in the base text of Tears of the Kingdom. Because if you go to, what is it? Up here. If you go to the Temple of Time after... I happened to do this after I got the Master Sword. I don't know if you can do it sooner. But there's a thing you can do here with the construct where you're going around the island and you're doing a simple little challenge. Yes, I streamed this. And then it's like, now I'm going to tell you something cool that you never knew before. And then the robot says that all this stuff used to be on the ground, but now it isn't. Right? That it being in the sky is like something that was done to this place, right? Which makes sense because if you like go back to these memories and Zelda's fucking around with her buddies on the ground, like it's all on the ground, right? It's all on the ground. But even more specifically, where's the last one? Yeah, where she's like, you know, she gets the sword and she's doing all that shit. Keep an eye out for where she's doing that, because it is at the Temple of Time, but it's on the ground. So if it was on the ground and they're like all deliberating about what to do when Ganon shows up, right? And then, right? Like it's like one of the last memories and it's all still on the ground. So that's definitely like a post Rauru dying thing, I don't know. Or at least a post Zelda thing. And those are not very like far off events, you know, it's like in the same week probably. Let's see. Okay, so now I have Zelda memories, despite having found one that's at 0%. I check the surface now. Oh my goodness. There is one at the Forgotten Temple, and it is a Zelda memory. Out of morbid curiosity, I'll check it out. Just because, you know, I'm already in Terrytown. That really is crazy. That, like, before the loading screen animation can even finish showing the destination, you're already there. That's pretty cool. See, but this is so sad that there's not going to be a Rauru memory here. This isn't fair. Because, hold on. This is sad. This is sad that Raru's not going to get to, like, say anything here. Because look. That's, Queen Sonia's grave.
This structure was clearly designed to take advantage of the geography of the area, but even the interior is largely intact. Considering how many battles have been fought, well, it is very impressive. Seeing it reminds me of some very, very old records I've read. They suggest that there was a temple named for the first Queen of Hyrule, and that it was often used as a shelter for the common people. Could this be...
Wait, here's another thing that I didn't realize. And it's good that I did, like, the Zelda notes in Breath of the Wild before doing this. Because Zelda was talking about how this mountain... These are the dueling peaks right here, by the way. She said these were split by a dragon. But if the mountain is still in one piece before Zelda becomes a dragon, I think she is the one who did that. Right? I don't know. Something to think about. What else we got? What's next on the Rauru menu here? We already did Bravery Island. We're going to go to Sakala and then... Ooh, yeah, a lot of Lanayru waiting for us. I really do feel like a fun little researcher. And it's so funny because this is something that I've kind of like resented about a lot of modern Zelda games where it's like, okay, I can kind of understand this being the case a little bit in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But fucking everybody is like a wannabe scientist in these games. They're like, oh, I'm on a research expedition and I'm doing an experiment. Did you know? And then they, you know, yap about something or other. Hi, Rauru.
A lot of debris is scattered in the area. It is likely that cargo was handled here and... Perhaps the strange shape of the container made it difficult to control the launch mechanism.
That's silly. However, I actually know better, and I know that this is the same island. Isn't this wall the same wall as the one Rauru was talking about? Like, this island is special because it has a wall. Bitch! This is the same wall as the one that's over here! It just doesn't have a shrine on it. It's got more Sundelions on it, though. I'll give you that. Dragon stuff was some of the best story moments in this game. Inarguably, yes. Like, really, what else is, like, contesting with it? Well, I mean... Where do you find that? Now, this is a very, what's the word? Misleading thumbnail. Because you'd think of this as just Minoru, like, reciting some shit over a mural. This is that shit where, like, Rauru and Ganon, like, have that fight, and then they both die in each other's arms. But, you know, 5 feet apart because they're not gay. That was a cool moment. But the Zelda one was probably cooler still. Alright, so now we're gonna find out what the hell the Zonai and the Zora have to do with each other. Because even without all this paratext, like, I understood that in the main game. Like, that was communicated to me efficiently. Like, I just get it, right? Here I truly am baffled. And I might even go as far as to say puzzled.
The water that flows from here eventually becomes clouds and rain, bringing water down to the land. The Zora people in ancient times had dealings with the Zonai, and I can imagine they used the immense waterfall to travel from the surface to the sky. It is appropriate some refer to this waterfall as a bridge.
See, so this is another one that, like, kind of also insists that this was always in the sky. I think maybe where I'm landing at now with some of this stuff is that yes, the Temple of Time in particular used to be on the ground. Maybe that was the only island that went up. But the rest of this stuff was, like, just always here hiding behind the clouds. Maybe. God, it's crazy being able to see that whirlpool from all the way up here. So I'm looking for, I believe, this. This big vertical stretch. I hope I'm gambling on the right platform here. Rauru, tell me about the big bubbles of water. Oh, overshot that. Rauru, tell me a memory about like what it's like to share being in one of these with you. These things make fucked up sounds. Do you hear they're like...
Thanks to the plentiful water available here, this is a prime spot for conducting water-related research. The floating spheres, for example, have the potential to revolutionize logistics, but as they do not retain their shape for long, their use is limited to certain islands.
He was doing research. Right, that's what I was talking about, where it's like, I somewhat get it in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where NPCs are like this. And it's already not very interesting, but it like really started to rub me the wrong way in Echoes of Wisdom, where it's like, oh man, people used to like not talk like this, and now it's like the only way that they know how to write characters, and that's like so frustrating. It's like they're so narrowed down to like just like this one idea of like what they're focused on. It's like the only way people talk anymore. But I don't know. That thought was like 10 minutes ago, so don't know.
I have heard that the original reason for the lower gravity in this space was to reduce the jolts cargo could experience during transit. However, it has an additional use. It seems the Zora greatly enjoy the sensation of swinging through the sky.
I didn't get as much out of that as I thought it would. There's some shit on Whale Island? I'll go to Whale Island. Shit. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm always used to getting there via falling debris. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off this time. On account of wet and low. But that's close enough by where I can just walk to it. It's right there. Come on now, it's right there. Hi, Griffin. I finally got my Twitch app working. Hi, Ian. How you been? It's weird not having the low gravity anymore. I don't know what the hell that jump Link was doing all the way up there was, by the way. I'm used to doing the one where his arms are kind of going in like this bicycling motion. But this time his arms are like flapping like a chicken. And I don't know what his problem is. And basically, I don't know what his problem is. Well, great. I didn't get to hear about what it's like to share a bath with Rauru or learn about why the Zora are doing all that shit up there. It's ridiculous how good Tears of the Kingdom looks on Switch 2. Yet me really liking the texture resolution, amongst other things. 2 frogs! Oh, there's a waterfall going up there. Right, I think you only have to get to it manually the first time, and then because there's like sludge that you can clear up, that's what you use to like create a shortcut back after the fact. Or maybe not, because the waterfall doesn't reach the damn ground! Okay, we got debris. There's nothing to worry about. Hello? You. It's so good to have this R button put back though, man. Here's the thing. We were talking a little bit earlier about like what the next Zelda might entail. If it is another game with the glider, and I do hope it is, because the verticality in these games, these last two, has been so fucking exciting to bear witness to. I hope this like function to do this is like back. Because in Breath of the Wild, I don't like just pressing X to like toggle and untoggle the glider. I think it looks clunky. Like,
I
it's
thought it
just a
very
silly
strange when I
looking
heard from the
thing.
Zora that there was a fish in
pressing
the
that R
sky,
button,
but now I
suddenly it
see what
looks
they
cool.
meant. They also told me to stand on the edge of the center platform and look out to the southwest, but Oh, I understand. Quite befitting the Zora.
Wait a second. So Rauru didn't even know. This was just, like, already here. Quite befitting the Zora. So did the Zonai put this shit here or not? I mean, it's all designed like Zora architecture, but then why is it in the sky? Because if everything was on the ground, and then only after Ganon happened, then it all went in the sky, sure, that makes sense. But then, if the others were on the ground, and the other in the sky, it doesn't make sense! I gotta go to the South Linear Sky Archipelago. I gotta get out of here. Valor Island. See, look, I'm gonna go here, and this is gonna be one of the places where you're talking about doing the diving challenges, and like, why are there diving challenges if everything is on the ground? So it obviously has to always have been up in the sky. But that could be up in the sky. There's a Zora couldn't get in the sky. You've got to be kidding. Who in Tears of the Kingdom is most likely to say Lala? Rauru, obviously. Oh, sorry, I was mashing B instead of A. No, there are more than one, and by this I mean probably two Lala Dog bits in Tears of the Kingdom highlights. And one of them is Rauru, so...
Those that complete the skydiving trial are bestowed empowering
And they call it
attire.
skydiving, so even if it was a tall
allows them
structure,
to
like it
better
wasn't on the
control their
ground.
movement in the air. And if all the pieces are worn together, the wearer need not fear striking the ground no matter how far they fall. The ancient Zonai even fell to the surface at times, but I believe
Fell
this
to the
attire
surface, it was
kept
always in the
them safe.
sky! I thought I understood this, like, more before I started fucking doing these. This is so funny. I'm good. Man, I am, like, already almost through all of these. I've got a little bit here. I don't know what this island is. North Nakota, Sky Archipelago, I understand that much, but... there's, like, a big island that I don't seem to recognize. And it's got, like, trees on it and shit. Who knows what it could be? And I'll tell you what. Yes, finding all the Rauru notes could be, like, enough to, like, leave and go home. There's, like, one piece of gear that I still do not know the location of. And if Zelda Notes can tell me this, then I might enlist its aid. I just might. Because I don't know, I wasn't opening this shit beforehand. Might as well. I also do want to summon some of my awful, evil machines and see what the impact on performance is. Ultra Hand-wise. Hi, bird. Yes!
Circular designs often represent an eternal bond, and were even thought to ward off evil. Perhaps with that in mind, many of the structures here have been constructed with a circular shape. Though this was once an archive containing many important records, now only those my sister keeps remain.
An archive containing very important records? Yeah, you'd really never know, huh? You'd really never know. But somehow the forge is, like, still, like, in very good condition, and it's, like, very close by. My ass has been saying ice cream all day, courtesy of that stupid video. The only ice cream video that I know of is with those two kids in the kitchen, and then the ice treat. One of the kids falls over for no fucking reason because they're the stupid dumbass baby, and then the ice cream truck comes by, and the second kid says the ice cream, and then also falls out of off of the counter because they're a stupid little baby, and then they're both it's just calamity for no good reason. The Miyamoto video I sent you? When was this? Yesterday? Okay, that is at a time of day when I'm, how to say, in another's arms, and I am... That is the time of day when I'm least likely to remember the things that I looked at on my phone. But apparently I watched it and I did respond to it, but I already have seen. I don't remember it. I'm really sorry. Oh no, this shit's gonna be on the outside, isn't it? I'm gonna have to go through my hoops. Oh, never mind. I'm not going through my hoops. Oh, unless the Rora memory is right here. Yes!
Zonite was once readily found even on Sky Islands. This giant refinery is a remnant of a time where its scarcity seemed impossible. Of course, the lava that powered the refinery still remains. I should consult with my sister and see whether we can yet find a use for this furnace.
Oh, man. And that's all that there is. Outside of course, the Thunderhead Isles. And I mean, come on, get a load of this place. You gotta start from the tail and then go towards the head. But there actually isn't anything at the head. How curious. Maybe it's better to do it backwards then? But this is the lowest point on the island. You'd want to start here. But the music here is so good, I can't just not go here. I'll do it from this tower. Then I can still do it from the tail and be high up. Link is so cute, I want to destroy him. Yeah, you actually missed the memory that we found, where Raru was talking about that. Where, you know, he, didn't get to meet Link when he, made these notes or whatever the fuck. But, Zelda drew him a picture, and he was, thinking about leaving his wife. He, didn't... he was thinking about it, but, he didn't, because, it wouldn't make sense. It's, he was, elsewhere in the timeline. It is so weird to see that many fucking trees beneath me. That's weird to see that many beneath me. Sorry. I think that's actually an okay shield. It's the sword that's attracting me. Hey! My boy toy outfit is activated. You know, not because of because we're close to the last of the Raru memories, of course. That was quick.
This was originally a port where materials from the depths were imported and stored. But it is currently being managed by my sister as a construct warehouse. Security is unusually tight. Even I had trouble coming here. But knowing my sister, she has her reasons.
Man, that must be like so weird. That you and this other person are like the only two people left of your... But you're like keeping secrets from each other? Rauru doesn't deserve that. I mean, she's like entitled to her privacy, but I mean, come on. Like this is like a big operation to keep under wraps. Oh, hello. Ah! You aren't allowed to do that! Whatever, I'm gonna eat rocks about it until I cry. It's actually really interesting seeing how many of these, like... stalactite-shaped thingies are stalagmite. Don't get me started on this. Don't get me started on stalactite, stalagmite. But they're like I don't know. They're arranged in such a way where, like, from that tail, you're able to chain together these islands of, like, varying heights in, like a pretty understandable manner that, like, circumvents the rain pretty cleverly. But you never know if you came here at the wrong time, like I did. Which means the right time, basically.
The people on the surface believe this to be proof of the lightning dragon's divine protection. In actuality, it is a lightning rod the Zonai constructed to prevent lightning strikes. Perhaps this is how belief in the lightning dragon began. I wonder how often belief results from unrelated coincidence.
Dude, Rauru, that is so fucking enlightened of you. But wait a second. But there is a lightning dragon. Raru's talking about it like it's not real. That it's like a superstition. But shouldn't he know better? I thought the other dragons predated Zelda, but they came after? That's unusual. I find that curious. I'm pretty sure they were before, right? I thought they were before! But then Rauru would know what the lightning dragon is. Because, like, okay, bitch, that's Furore. I'm sorry, Feroche. Furore is the other guy, like from the Triforce. Feroche is the guy. Bitch, that's the tubby custard machine! They tell tales in Hyrule, in the lands below, of a pink gloopy goop. I can only imagine what kind of Zonai device would produce such a substance. I gotta do a puzzle to get down here. But how can I do puzzles with no metal? I can throw. This should work, right? Yep. The last memory.
I get a strong sense of nostalgia in this place. When I was young, I was intensely interested in finding and studying treasure maps. Before I knew it, I had become quite familiar with the topography of the Sky Islands and, incidentally, with Zonai devices.
See, so he knows that there's Sky Islands too.
Nothing motivates one to learn like a healthy sense of curiosity.
Also, who's Raru's VA? I know that it's somebody from Fire Emblem. I want to say Dimitri, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, that's all my boy. There's not even a last memory for getting it. Which would have been cute, but you know. He sounds like Dimitri? Yeah, yeah. I wonder why that could be. I think he sounds quite cute. I think I gotta run my experiments in the Faron grasslands. I think it's like the nearest wide open plain that I could like drop into. That's my personal... Oh, I mean, I guess I could... There's like a Zelda one right here. But she doesn't even sound like Dimitri! Oh, but this is the grassy field that I was talking about, so whatever. I don't know why she's got like a fucking story for every stable. That this is like this so inextricably linked thing, Zelda and the stables. I mean, I guess she had a horse, it's fair.
Ah, Highland Stable. Horseback archery was very popular before the Calamity, though it appears interest has waned in modern times. Instead, there is considerable effort being made to teach travelers how to handle horse-drawn wagons, and more importantly, how to care for the horses that pull them.
That thing popped out like very aggressively. You see that? Wow. Huh. I mean, you know, a rainbow after the storm. You know, I mean, these games have had draw distance, but they usually like fade in and out, right? Like that fade in is normal to me, but the pop out is like, that's weird. Anyways. What do we got saved here? We've got... Aw, I don't think I ever showed you guys this one on stream. Here's what I can do. I'm gonna save so that I'm not, like, spending this quantity of Zonite every single time. But we can play toys for a little bit. This is my, What is it called? It's not like an impossible machine, but like a, you know, like a redundant one. I don't know the word for this. Oh, it has to be above the ground even though it has a stake. That's silly. Where, like, you press a button and then the point of the machine is to press the button back into the off position. Well, I made one of those in Tears of the Kingdom. So, here's the on button. And that's my machine. I hope you liked it. It's very expensive. You couldn't afford it. Let's see. We've got... Aw, the cage for Sidon. We've got... Okay, everything's gotta be... Aw, the lawnmower! How cute. Well, we'll do the chair next. I think we gotta do Mickey's Dick Smasher second last. Because the wheel you can, like, take other places, but the other one's like a stationary machine. Link's cock chair? That's not what this is. This is Link's killing people chair, but you wouldn't know it. I love that it can back up. That's so cool that it can fucking do that. It's very cautious though, is the thing. Oh, it hates getting over this ledge. This is the same damn problem with the snowball. What a beautiful flip at 60 FPS, by the way. I'm loading another file. I don't even know if I need to, like, reload this many times. I'm not even, like, looking at the numbers before I spend. But I know that it's more than I would want to. I've always got a lot of these at Kakariko in specific. But none at Lake Hylia. This is a good place to know grass. I was still never fully satisfied with this design. I think that this is like a tremendous idea, but it does just kind of like leave a trail of shit that you have to like run back and like pick up. And I think the problem with that needs to be like, there just needs to be like a way to collect what is being harvested, which so far is nothing. But it doesn't have to be this way. But it really is so like remarkably efficient, and I love it so much, and I'm so proud of it. So like, it's fine. You know, I love all of my children equally, but in theory, they're like, a better child could come along, and I know exactly what it is that I would want out of that child. Does that make sense? Man, this grass is barren as fuck. I'm cutting so much of it, but like, there's not been like a single bundle of love, of joy. Yeah, it's good that the horses is scared of these things, because, you know, I don't think this thing is very compatible with horses. I'll tell you what else, though. I'd be curious to know if the part limit for the machines that you can build in the Switch 2 edition of Tears of the Kingdom is the same as Switch 1. Because I think Switch 1 is like 20-something parts, I want to say. Up to 20-something parts you can attach. And then, like, that's, like, the limit. But, like, you could imagine a possibility where, like, you could do more. Because you're not limited by the same things. I'm done playing with the grass. But I don't want to erase all of my hard work, so I actually will eat the cost of that. For now. Mickey's Dick Smasher, come forth. See, I don't think I'm going to have a choice to load a new save after this, because this is going to be the fucking end of me. Well, this isn't right. Like, I can hit it, but they're not even gonna be... The penises won't be synced. What is this now? They're banging on the ground and shit. It's all wrong. There's a little bit of elevation. Okay. It's a little bit better. Now, what's curious to me is that they're like bonking on the wooden platform. Like, there's some amount of, like, side-to-side wobbling movement that's, preventing this from, like, being a smoother rotation than I'd like it to be. Which I do not remember being, an attribute of Mickey's Dick Smasher. Perhaps another quirk in the physics. But if I can possibly jump into it at the right moment. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't think this thing came apart because it crashed into the tree. I think it came apart because, like, this and Mickey's Dick Smasher being in the same room, like, already, like, that's the gloom limit right there. Oh, that would have been such a beautiful smasher! Might be nice to have a shield as well. Rotated this, so it's like a bridge to the smash. This is what I need. This is what I need. This will do the trick. Oh my god. Yay! See, this is more like Mickey's, like, golf machine, though. Like, this is Mickey's putt-putt, you know? The original Mickey's Dick Smasher, like, could maim and kill in ways nothing could before. I got ahead to that good night. I'm gonna be honest, we probably will be wrapping up soon, after we get through the machines. That's kind of the last thing that was on my mind with this. Maybe I'll go to the depths for fun. Because the original Switch version, like, locked up constantly. Whoa! Cute! when you would, go, like, from the sky directly to the depths. So I'd be curious to see what would happen in that situation. Because I bet it wouldn't be a big deal anymore. But there's only one way to find out, and I do want to experience it. Because it can happen smoothly in the Switch 1 version. But it can also not, and I'd like to stress test it. Speaking of stress testing, I don't think the game likes me having cut this much grass and summoned this many machines. Wow, it is weird seeing this thing, though, operate at 60 FPS. Because trying to run those physics would always, like, make the game angry. Like, the second this thing came out, the smooth frames would be gone. If there were any to begin with. But the game does seem to, like, still stay at a stable 60, even when this thing is on the move. And going through a heavily wooded area at that. Now that's something to admire. That's something to applaud. I came straight out the top of the gyro thing. Whoa. I heard some fucking bad glue sounds. I don't think being in a heavily wooded area is so good. I'll tell you what, though. I'm gonna take this up to Hyrule Field. I want to see how fast I can push this thing. Like, when I've really got the space to do that. I need something terrible to happen. And what is happening is not terrible enough. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Right at the top of this road, I think, is like the perfect ideal spot. Right about here. Get the hell out of here, man. I got places to be. I like running better. Ugh. The way it moves so, like, limply and flaccidly. Let's move. Whoa, whoa, whoa! So, okay. Let's review. Interestingly, it did not fly apart into a billion pieces because it reached a certain kind of speed limit. And the centripetal force of the rotation was enough to tear the glue to pieces. Which has historically been what's happened when using this thing on Switch 1. But it actually seems like the rotational force overcame the strength of the gyroscope. And it wasn't able to keep the machine upright anymore. And once Link got turned upside down on the steering stick, it just, like, dumped him out onto the ground. But everything else is, like, fine. Maybe steer around this. Maybe not, though. Something like that. And maybe now I'll have the clearance. Oh, or just go over it. Or around it. Ah! Oh, no! These shits have moved into my car. And they're saying it's their car now. Oh god. Link, you gotta get out of there, man! Okay, like so. I want to go in this direction. And we must make haste. I wonder if there are any memories of it that I could incidentally happen upon. I crashed into the same goddamn rock again. Oh! The bats fucked my car. The bats fucked my car! I'm going to that Zelda memory on foot. Like, that was literally promising what was happening too. Hi, sexy. Bye, sexy. We gotta get to the garrison. We gotta get to the morning! Never mind the where, it's the when. But also, like, fuck it, we'll build another, I guess.
The Hyrule garrison ruins. As with other fortified
can't afford it.
locations, many Guardians attacked this place. However, it is likely most of the soldiers normally stationed
I
here
love the
had already been
plains.
deployed to other regions. Those few who remained fought bravely, though they were certainly ill-equipped to deal with such deadly foes.
You're telling me. Now, here's the thing. This mobile app does not seem to give a shit about your in-game progress. It seems to have its own save data independent from what you've done in the game. So if I do load that old save when I was fucking dicking around at Highland Stable, like, I'm looking at my iPad, I think it is going to be, like, fine. Yep. It all remains filled out. Which means I have all my money back. But let's see. What's the thing that I wanted to test? I need to find a depths hole, which I believe is what these are. Yup. And then I need to find one that's, like, sufficiently close to a sky island. And then I need to keep my finger very aggressively held on the... I think Akala has some sky islands that are near a hole. Could possibly be doable. I can imagine some stuff, if there's any holes here, that could really push performance. Not exactly. Lenarum seems pretty promising, actually. If I go to the top of this island, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna be running the fucking dive challenge, and then I'm gonna be like in like 2 layers of the map away, and the timer's still gonna keep ticking. Maybe I won't even do the challenge though, because if I get too far away from the island, it might pull me back. This is probably high enough. Oh, what a beautiful time of day as well. Okay, so where do I need to go to get, like, down to where I need to be? That's actually a really long ways away. But it is the nearest hole. Oh, I was thinking of this island. I thought this had a shrine on it, but I suppose it doesn't. I'll take the tower. Not that it'll take us very long to get there, on account of, like, the loading and stuff. Didn't I also say I wanted to see if I can, like, find, like, outfits or something? Apparently I haven't found all the shops. Cherry blossom trees is a thing you can look for. Treasures. I'm not seeing clothes here, man. I'm not. Apparently you can hunt for Addison and Bubble Frogs, though. Right, so I want to start from this island, and then I want to go into that hole. And I want it to be, like, one continuous thing. And we'll see if the game, like, still, like, freaks out trying to load all of that. But I don't think it will. Man, that's quite sad that you can't look for outfits. Because that was, like, the one thing that I still wanted to do. Minecart Shield, I believe in you. As the Gorons say, you're my rock. Oh, yeah, I can easily make that dive. Without a doubt. I wonder if there'll, like, be a dragon in there, too. That'd be cool. Oh, how pretty up here. Shame I'm gonna have to say goodbye to it in a short matter of time. Oh, apparently I already overshot it, teehee. Get me in there, Jerry. Man, I'm seeing some, like, LOD stuff where, like, things are shifting in shape and silhouette very rapidly. But that sure was an uninterrupted 60 frames per second. That's pretty cool. First time being in the depths down here, too. I would like to hear, like, at least one stupid fucking Koga memory. I don't know where to begin looking for those. Because to begin looking for them at all, you have to at least find one. And I'm not sure I know how to find one. But perhaps if I switch to this, I can find like landmarks. Because I actually am seeing a Yiga outpost, what seems to be shaped like one, somewhere in this direction. Man, that's gonna be so fucking weird though. Like, I'm gonna get to, like, Pora's house. I'm sorry. I don't know why I described the construct factory as that. Like, you know, the 5th dungeon that's down here. And then I'm gonna run into a memory from this fucking guy. He's gonna be, oh, by the way, I was here too. I know all about this place. It's pretty boring, actually. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Memories here. Just killers. Just haters. That actually helped me out. Thank you a lot. Is this the afterlife? Man, Link, it's about to be if you don't get your shit together. Come on. I guess the feeling is mutual. See, because it's gonna be like a more specific spot. Wait a second, wait a second. This is a really good theory, actually. If I go, let's see, to the hole that's here, at the Yiga Hideout Chasm. I'm saying this shit out loud because it's just a stupid thing in my head. But when he says, is this the app? Like, that's gotta be as soon as he falls down the hole in Breath of the Wild. So that actually is a good lead to find my first Koga memory. If it's not gonna be in that Yiga hideout. Oh, it feels good going down these at 60. It really does. Oh my, that scared me.
This
Okay.
place is way too dark. Maybe if these dim glowing things could get brighter, or if this green crest thingy reacted at all. And what even is this? Some kind of massive plant? It goes so far up. Does it reach all the way from here to the surface?
Why did any of this happen? Well, now we can go into categories and we can start scrolling up. Oh, look, Master Koga, 1%. How many of these are there? Oh my god. Well, there is, like, one or two, like, very close by, and I'm pretty sure one of them, he's, like, gotta say the line. And I need him to say the line so badly.
Is this the afterlife? The great beyond? My final reckoning? Nah, it still hurts like I'm alive.
That's good. I'm glad we found that
thanks to
specific
this
line.
weird inflated cloth. Talk about helpful. Unlike that dastardly Link. How dare he foil the secret technique of the leader of the Yiga clan? Gah!
This guy's like the fucking Oogtar from
Maybe
Super
I'm
Mario
in
World.
the depths. That's where a bunch of ancient people lived. Maybe?
So basically what you're telling me is that Master Koga fell for hours, at least it seemed like hours, and then he found a magic balloon. That's a cool story. There's like a third one that's like I'm already like right next to it, and like I don't care, but it's like there, so like I may as well. Like I'd basically be stupid not to. Like, I did all the Rara memories, I'm not gonna find that gear, I played with my toys, I played with my balls, play with my balls. So, like, I think we're, like, pretty much good for tonight, but I just wanted to see what's going on with that. I think it's an okay thing to want. No, I really cannot imagine, like... I mean, I'm sure Koga's like a meow meow to somebody. And someone's like so fucking excited that like these are here in the game and all like, yes, you finally get to know what he was up to. Unfortunately for me, this is not the case. Not when Raru is like right there, so. Here? Yep. Me.
Ho ho! It shook a little there, but touching it also sent a shiver down my spine. Huh. Maybe they're spirits? But if they are, then that means this is the afterlife.
Oh, okay. So it's actually a follow-up to the line that we all know and love. I literally know a dude whose meow meow is Koga. I actually also believe I do. Like, I think I do, but I'm not sure. So, like, it's not, like, out of the realm of possibility. Far from it. Koga was the only character, aside from Raru, that I cared about in Tears of the Kingdom. They did give him great sequences. It is, like, the most interesting thing going on in the depths, but unfortunately, it's like, there's not a lot to compare it to, you know what I mean? I guess there's, like, the Lionel Coliseum. Alright, like, I'm seeing stuff, like, in the water down there, and, like, that's gonna be so easy to get to. I am, like, very tempted to, like, just, like, do, because it's, like, there. It's, like, downhill, so it'd be so easy to, right? And, like, I know I'm not gonna give a shit when I get there, but, like, I see an icon, and it's like, this is not a good thing for me. Okay, wait, there is one more thing I need to try, and that is, I totally forgot about the stupid fucking GPS feature they added in this game. With the fucking AI voice on it, I might need to try that out, too. See, okay, so this is a Yiga hideout. I think I remember this is where I was talking about the fucking... where Reddit was getting in a fight with the developer of Apollo. And now we know that Reddit sadly won that battle. And then the same thing happened again where that same developer made like a great YouTube app for Vision Pro and then YouTube shut that guy's ass. Like, it just keeps happening.
Okay, so I think it'll work to set up a base here close to the hideout. But what do I do about the graveyard notebook? The drawings in it are absolutely schematics of some kind. But they look like impossible, unbuildable wastes of time. But if they aren't, I should explore the depths some more.
That's a great idea, Master Koga. Wait, maybe he's onto something. And then if we explore in this direction, then we'll have known that Master Koga explored. Whoever came up with this idea is like really gotta be patting themselves in the back though. Because it's working on me. It's motivating me to do some amount of like playing the game.
What's this floating green thing?
Cool.
There's some kind of
This goes
bottle?
on for several more minutes.
What's inside? I'll just... Fine! Don't open! I'm still gonna hang on to you. My sixth sense says you're important.
Wait, no. He doesn't sound like Uktar. He sounds like Arlo! Well, with that in mind, if I can find where I parked my fucking car, which is not happening, by the way. Hello, everybody. Is this the afterlife? Oh. Dude, imagining Arlo, like, stranded, like, lost and alone in the depths is, like, extremely funny to me. Hello? Is anybody out there? Am I all alone? I need a bigger gun. Okay, maybe now that I've said that, I want to, now that I've said it, I want to hear it one more time, just to, like, have that context. Because especially hearing him try to open that shit with, like, activated some, like, it opened a bottle in my mind, truly. Oh, there's like way more water here than I thought there was going to be. I gotta get to shore. I wish I didn't lose that fucking vehicle so bad, man. I don't like that I'm this hungry for this stupid bullshit. But if I can like make it to like anything that I can stand on, and like I can like summon a raft of my own, and then we'll be fine. Wait a second. Or I could summon something better than a raft. Yes, indeed. One thing comes to mind. That can also be used to cross a body of water. Full throttle, let's go. Is this the afterlife? Like, I don't respect using this thing, but like for something that I don't care about, like whatever. For something that I don't care about, proceeds to invest time that he insisted he was not going to spend getting more of these things.
This some kind of ancient doodad?
Like, this is literally how he talks!
Hup. Ah, my butt! Ah, what a terrible seat! Ah, take this terrible seat! Ah! Ah! What? Why are you glowing?
Dude, this guy would love to make a review of Super Mario Wonder. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just saying. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Oh, God. Now, the unfortunate thing is I can't remember the other thing that I was going to do besides that depths thing. So that might have to be where I just call it for now. Oh, GPS. We're going to go to my other map. And we're going to click Hidden Koroks. And then... Well, yeah, I'm going to have to warp back to the surface. Sure. Just fucking middle of nowhere. Who cares, really? Oh my god! Oh my god! This is wrong. This is wrong! This shouldn't exist. This shouldn't be an official tool. Okay, so I'm here. I see a Korok seed. Activate voice guidance.
Guidance activating. Proceed south. Please proceed. Proceed a short distance south. In this vicinity, you have reached your destination. Guidance deactivating.
That was awful. Like... And this isn't even a hypothetical. Like, I have read the words, you know, just looking in, like, online discussions. Like, oh, I've never played Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. But now that I have a Switch 2, I'm going to. And maybe they don't give a shit about the smartphone app. Many people actively hate it. And the fact that I've even gone this far out of the way is, like, already kind of odd. But I think there's, like, a non-zero amount of people whose, like, first experience with this game is just gonna be, like, being led around the nose. By this shit. And it's like... What a horrible, horrible thing! Please proceed south. Proceed a short distance. Like, it's funny, and I think if I pressed the button again, like, I still would think it's funny. I think there are diminishing returns on that, and I don't want to find the line where I start finding it sadder than I do funny. Because I can already feel myself, like, feeling that closer than I thought I would anyways. So, I need to take this big hulking thing off my back. So I can look at something nice once again. Everybody, I think that's going to be where we call it for tonight. That was The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 edition for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I guess I didn't really talk too much about the stuff we got up to during Streamer House. But hopefully, that won't be such a bad thing. Because I hope not to be away from streaming for like another 2 weeks. But if you enjoyed what you saw, you can follow me here on Twitch to find out when any of those things are happening. Because I don't know myself and we'll find out together. You can follow me on Blue Sky, Tumblr, and Discord. There is a Discord server where there are all sorts of channels for you guys to hang out in both on and off stream. And did I mention you can, like, subscribe to Twitch, and you can use emotes, such as, the one that Mixcat just whipped out. Do I even have that here? Do I have... What's Hog Slap? Oh. You got that. This is an emote. You can have this emote if you want. Proceed a short distance. Dude, I got the Korok seed. So, like, if you want to help me out, and, like, you would like things such as that, then that'd be cool. Dude. Have you guys, like, listened to the new Jamie P album? The Constant Companions Deluxe Edition release? Came, like, the other day. Like, oh, don't get me started. Do not get me started. Long story short, pretty much. I think though that's everything that I'm supposed to cover in my outro. If any of that interests you, you can find it in the Twitch cards below if you're watching this live, or in the YouTube description if you're watching the VOD. Everybody, I hope you have a lovely night. Happy Nintendo Switch 2. That's hilarious that I did like a handful of streams of the stuff that came out at launch when the Switch came out, and then like I just didn't stream again, and then, like and then I was done and did not come back. But it won't happen again, right? Because there will be so much more to play after Donkey Kong, right? Okay, good night.